what a frustrating, twisted, and really oppressive time. You can't even, this is for millions of us here in Australia, you can't even go for a drive, decent drive on your own with the windows up. You just got to stay home or stay close to home. You can't hang out with friends, go to your family for dinner, birthdays, weddings, funerals, someone you've known all your life, and the likelihood is it's a live stream experience. And then there could be a mate of yours who's really struggling. And what do you naturally do? You drop around to their place, maybe hold their hand, embrace them, just reassure them, and everyone and everything's saying, stay home, stay away, keep your distance. And then these blessed things, the masks, oh boy, they're driving me crazy. At the end, I'm going to have a bonfire of all the masks that I've collected. The worst one is, for me as a priest, is we're told to lock the churches. If you want to talk about counterintuitive, for years when I used to travel, I'd just drop into a parish, the church, and just to say a prayer. And I was shocked how many times the churches were locked. And I made a choice that when I become parish priest, my resolve that I'm going to make sure that all the doors are open, wide open for as long as they can be, so that people can always come to the church just to be with the Lord, just to be still, for a place of refuge, to feel safe, to feel loved, to pray, just to be there, especially if home is not a place where they feel that they belong. They can always belong in the church. So it's a really, really difficult time. So what is it that our response as people of God should be? For a Catholic trying to be a faithful, a decent person, a good citizen, but more importantly, today I want just to share with you, interiorly, in my heart, my spirit, me as a person, me as a disciple of Christ, what should my response be? My name is Father Paul Newton. I'm here in beautiful Forbes, walking around Lake Forbes on this glorious day. And our Bishop Columba, Macbeth Green, the Bishop of the Diocese here of Wilcannia Forbes, has invited the priest just to share a few messages every now and then, just a word of encouragement. But can I just quickly say, before I go any further, we need a lot of encouragement as well. So please pray for your priests, please. I want to ask you a difficult question. You don't have to answer, but consider this. Have you ever had a horrific toothache? When you just couldn't sleep, you couldn't focus, you couldn't eat, you didn't want to hear from anyone or anything. The world was narrowed down to two people. You and your pain, you didn't want to hear about anyone else. And the one person perhaps with whom you have a love-hate relationship, the one hopefully who could take away your pain, the dentist, the dreaded dentist. You see, when we're suffering, when we're upset, when we're anxious, we tend to withdraw and get so preoccupied. And I just want to caution you, be careful about being withdrawn into your own struggles, how you're coping, what you're doing. Because as Catholics, we are always called to go beyond ourselves. Yes, we have needs. Yes, we need encouragement. Yes, it's hard for us. Just because we believe in God and pray and trust, it doesn't mean that this situation doesn't get the better of us sometimes. So I put to you, just reflect on whether or not you've become maybe a little bit too self-absorbed with your own thoughts and the way that this is impacting on you. And I find that when we do get preoccupied with ourselves, it makes it so much worse. And one of the great blessings is if you can find even just one other person who you know, and there'll be plenty of examples of people who are doing it much more difficult than you. And if you invest in that person or a few people, and you text them, you message them, you call them, you do what you can, and maybe now do this, write them a letter. I know it's strange, isn't it? You say, what? What is that? Send them a card, make a card, do something to reach out, go beyond yourself, because one of the core aspects of our gospel is to forget yourself. Not neglect, but to just detach from yourself and put others first. That's the essence of love. Now, you still need to have at least one person close to you with whom you can confide. So make sure that if you don't have that person, seek them out. Don't be afraid to tell someone that you're not doing so well and that you just need to chat, or can we just talk about nothing, or can we have a Zoom cuppa or something like that? Because although our faith is an enormous consolation to us, we have real human needs, especially of support at this time. Now, spiritually, because Christ is the heart of everything that we are, everything that we do, tell him how you're going. Be completely raw and authentic in your prayer. Don't hold anything back. He knows it anyway, but we need to express it. It's really healthy. But also, that's the relationship in our faith. Pour out your heart to Jesus and just tell him how this situation, the time, is impacting on you. But remember that there's so much more to this moment. Don't just see, there's different types of prayer. There's the prayer of sorrow, the prayer of worship and adoration of God, the prayer of thanksgiving, the prayer of petition. And at this time, it's understandable that the prayer of petition has really skyrocketed, and we're begging God, help us, stop this, heal us, protect us. But then it becomes about us a lot. I want to suggest that really consciously develop into your day a spirit of worship of God and sincere gratitude for what you do have. Don't let this moment, this period, however long it lasts, don't let it put your joy and your intimacy with Christ, don't let it put that on hold. Turn to him. Encourage others to do so. Put everything before him and know that God will help us get through this time. That all that he has been through for me, remember that beautiful passage, my favorite in the whole scripture, Galatians 2:20. I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me, gave himself on a cross. He suffered horrendously. Most of what we are going through are temporary frustrations. Keep it in context, keep connected, look out for others, turn to God with a real authentic openness, and we will get through this. Bless you.